I think a way you can kind of outsmart the narcissist is by going off social media altogether. Um, I've done several videos on social media and how it's toxic, kind of piggybacking off some other videos I've seen. But also, it's one of the primary tools that narcissists use to kind of get back at you and sting you, with a new supply. So therefore, if you completely just do a social media blackout, like just totally go off of the platforms, they can't taunt you with new supply, or they can't, like, if you're not looking at all, then they would be more inclined to just stop posting different things. You know what I mean? Like, they are aware that, people are going to continually look and stalk them. That's just human nature. Like, if it's your ex, to see what they're doing. That's just natural. It's almost just human nature. So they're aware that they have an audience. They're aware that eyes are on them. And so therefore, they play into this fact. But if you completely go off social media, then there goes their audience. I mean, they don't have any audience at all. You deactivated your account. Now, I'm not saying anyone should run you off of anything that you like or enjoy, or that's not what I'm saying. I mean, if you just totally want to be on there and you have other friends that you just have to be in contact with, then by all means stay on there. But I'm just saying it's one of the primary tools they use to play games. And if you're not on the tool, on the platform at all, then there goes the game. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But I've already mentioned in several other videos all of the other negative aspects of social media. So it doesn't have to do only with narcissists, but it's essentially the narcissist's playground. So if you go off their playground, then you're no longer playing, you're no longer in the game. And so the only way they're able to kind of get different reactions is by using these platforms. They love to use these platforms. So if you just totally deactivate your account and just ghost them, and they, like, if you just start completely flying off the radar, they're going to get annoyed, because they thrive on having this audience, on having eyeballs watching them. Like, their whole life is in existence to upset other people. If the other people are not there to upset, then they would be less likely to play these games. If none of their exes are on social media, then why are they going to continue to play these games? So in that sense, you're actually training them. You're reverse training them not to play the games. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, people don't like when you give them a dose of their own medicine, so you can kind of like retrain people on how things are going to work. You can do it your way. You don't have to be on social media. If you just totally deactivate everything, then you're gone. You're totally out of the game, and they cannot bother you. You're not there. You're a ghost. You're gone. You're not in the game. But I had to think back. To why did I even sign up for social media? And I started thinking about it, and it was a friend of mine who got me on there, and I had to think about it. She is actually a narcissist, an overt narcissist. she was like all into constantly taking pictures and this and that. So she wanted me to be on there so we could take pictures together, and then she could post them, and then she could tag me. I never was into it, period. And I only got on there because she wanted me to get on there. And then I had to think back, and I just realized that I've had nothing but negative, toxic experiences that came from me being on there. I met the narcissist on there. A narcissist female is the one that encouraged me to get on there. Then she encouraged me to start like a Facebook page, which, then got me further involved. So I had to really start kind of thinking more and more about it. And social media really suits these people because they live their lives for other people. Everything is about outward appearances, vanity, and I never was like that to begin with. So I got dragged on there by a narcissist herself. So I just really had to start thinking about, why am I even involved in this? And then I also started thinking that it really suits people who are just dead, empty, antisocial type people, because they like very shallow, vain encounters. They don't have any problem with it, which is why they thrive in that environment. They love it because they cannot make a real connection. And like, she's never been married, doesn't have kids, they love this. They love these empty, non-emotional types of platforms because it totally suits them and their personality. They are empty shells. And social media is just like a big void, a big toxic vortex of nothingness, and so it completely suits them, and they are able, for those with narcissistic personality disorder, they love to play games, and this is the perfect avenue for them to play all of their games. So if you just completely ghost all of it and fly off the radar, you're going to completely confuse them, because first off, they stalk you and they want to know what you're doing as well. So if they can't see at all what you're doing, you could have moved to a different state. You're completely off the grid. You're completely off the radar. So they're going to have no clue what you're doing, where you are. It's going to be the most peace you ever had in your life. No games, no toxicity, no shallowness, no having to compete and keep up with the Joneses. Oh my God, it's like complete peace. So the way to outsmart the narcissist is just totally ghost off of these platforms and take yourself off the board. Take yourself off the board game. You're not there. You deactivated your account. So therefore, who cares what they're posting? They're posting to like get back at you, but you're off of there. You're not looking at it. You could care less. You moved on. Then they're just going to be completely confused. They don't have the eyeballs aren't on them anymore. There's no audience for them to taunt or tease or play with, or there's nothing there. And in this way, you're going to train them to no longer play these games.